What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Behind the Lou, episode 10. We are going to be discussing the recent Cardinals performance this last couple weeks and what that means for the rest of the season and how they could finish the season strong. No Mason today, but we got Sean, as
He
always.
he went all
Um,
the way to California. He became the jokes that he always says. They moved him to LA. He's not coming back. They bought a whole field for him, and he's gonna live there now.
yeah, he's going to live in San Diego for the rest of his days. But no, this we talked about the last few episodes for the Cardinals has been pretty negative, kind of very negative overall. But if you look at the last few series, Sean, they're kind of on a roll.
Yeah, we're in a little
Uh,
bit of an upswing. This weekend we get to go against the Cubs, which I'm kind of psyched about.
yeah, that's a even though I don't think we're gonna catch up to the Cubs standing wise, they have been they're still definitely in contention for the wild card. Um,
Right.
So the last few series, we had that Toronto series uh, right after the trade deadline. It was right before the trade deadline, and then we go to New York and we take the series against the Yankees, which was Burleson's big day where he had like the 3 home runs in one game
That still was
on
such
that
a
Monday night
monster
game.
game from him too, which after like all the trade speculation around his name and everything like that, he was like, "You get my name out of your fucking mouth," and just rips homers. It was sick.
Yeah, and he's been staying hot. Then they won the Yankee series, and then Colorado, they won that series as well. They honestly,
They
the
probably
crazy
should have
thing is when you
swept.
look at those, they could have swept both series, both Yankees and Colorado. The bullpen blew it on that Saturday game against Colorado, and then I don't think they really blew it. I'm trying to remember. They had the lead, they lost it, and then we were coming back, but the bullpen did not make it easy for us.
Once
Um,
again.
and then the Yankees series was a 2-0 loss where their offense just didn't show up. But and then the Phillies series, which was probably the biggest series that you're gonna get through, like if we were gonna be in playoff contention at all, it was going to be this series that was going to define that moment. Um, because you needed to walk away with the win, like the win of that series there, because you were facing Wheeler, and Andrew Painter, who struggled. Like Andrew Painter struggled for the beginning of the year, but he's been really solid, and that was the game that we lost on Monday, which again you could have actually came back and won that game. They
Right.
lost 6-5 on that Monday night game, and then trying to remember who started for the Phillies on Tuesday, but while I look that up,
On Tuesday, it was Sereno or sorry, I'm horrible with names. Soriano and McFarland. Farland? Am I right on that?
yeah, let me
Or
look
am
it
I
up
wrong?
here. I'm going back. It was Christopher Sanchez that started it.
Ah.
He's a big name. I thought it was because the Soriano is that was our reliever that won that game.
Oh, I'm stupid. Whoops.
But no, Christopher Sanchez and Andre Palante, who's secretly had one of his best years. Andre Palante has just kind of silently. Um,
Really?
yeah, I think I saw today he was top 30 in all uh eligible pitchers and ERA like in baseball, which you would never guess it's
Really?
Andre Palante.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah, because I
Michael
I remember
McGreevy.
I was gonna say because I remember the past few years where I think whenever you and I would talk, you were kind of down on him more than ever.
I mean, Andre Palante is kind of like one of those guys I just never saw him being a long-term like starter. When he
Right.
was in the bullpen in like 2022, he was like the perfect fit for what they needed, being like kind of like a good middle relief guy to get you out of messes and to extend the game towards your back half of your bullpen with like the Helsleys. And at that time, there was Gallegos and Cabrera at that time. But
God. Sorry,
um,
I was just looking at the stats and last year at 2025, 6 wins, 15 losses, an ERA of 5.31
that was
in
last year.
31 games. Yeah.
Yeah, he was horrible last year.
And and then now this year, 12 wins, 6 losses, now a 3.46 ERA in 23 games. So I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
really impressive.
there's still time for it to drop. To
Not
matches.
really. I mean, he probably only has like what we have like 40 days left to the end of the season. I think he only has like
Oh,
maybe like
true.
5 more starts, somewhere like that. But no, Kyle Leahy also he's been like the beginning of the year. I was not high on him like from his performance because he was not going deep in the games. It felt like he would just completely fall off at the fifth inning, which he still continues to do because it's his first time starting. But um, he's like right now the way he's performing, he has just been on a roll. Like like Ollie's managed him perfectly to where he goes in those 5 innings, and then with Andre Palante and McGreevy before him, they eat a lot of the innings, and
Yeah.
then Kyle Leahy can come in, do his 5 that are like shut down, and then the bullpen can carry the rest if they can. But we've talked about how thin our bullpen is, which I kind of want to get into a little bit that happened on this Phillies series. Caleb
Real
Ferguson,
quick.
you
Sorry,
oh
just real quick
no, you're
on
good.
Kyle Leahy. On his last looks like his last seven, three, seven. I think what it's showing on his last 7 games is 3 wins and has a WHIP of 1.03.
That's really good.
Yeah,
That's really good. And like with Kyle Leahy too, he has like he's like a perfect middle guy for this team right now, like a middle rotation arm. And I think for like the next few years he's going to be that, which I think later down the road in this offseason, I have a feeling that they're going to sell high on Andre Palante and trade him off because like, he's not going to be a part of this team when they're contending like for actual like World Series championships or even playoff contention. Like he's not going to be a part of the long-term plans because I think he only has like 2 or 3 more years left, and he's in arbitration right now, and he's gonna get paid after
right.
this year. Um, and he deserves it, but I think you can move off of him and get a huge return.
How much do you think he's
On
gonna
a
make?
uh, let me see what year in arbitration he's in, because I have to see, because I think he's in his first. I think this is his first year of arbitration right now, but yeah, he just signed a $4 million contract for ARP. It was avoided. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets all the way up to like maybe 6 million next year. I mean, with the performance that he's had, I would imagine he's going to get the pay raise.
Well, and you got to think about how many teams actually do have that kind of arm right now, or are gonna want that
Oh yeah,
for the next year or
he
two.
he's a guy that many contending teams would want because you have like he he's like the perfect fill-in guy for what you need, and he can also like he won't start a playoff series for you like a really deep contending team, but to get through a regular season, oh, he's phenomenal at that.
Right.
He doesn't have the strikeouts. He doesn't have like the flashy, like ace level or even top of rotation level, but he's a perfect fit for the back of a rotation, and you can get a haul for him at this point, I would say. But
Especially if you're Heim Bloom
I,
in the way you've been dealing.
Yeah, we'll get to the new, like we'll get to that later in the episode. But what I was gonna say earlier was about Caleb Ferguson. I don't know if you remember that name from the trade deadline. That was the
Yes.
guy that we traded for. It got we traded him. We traded like international money to the Cincinnati Reds for him, and that was the guy who was yelling at the fat umpire.
Yeah, you fat get the fuck out, you fat motherfucker.
Yeah, so that guy. His Cardinal debut was less than satisfying. I don't actually. I think he might have pitched before that, but this Philly series was bad. He he came into 2 games. He came in on that Monday night game and Tuesday game, and he walked the bases loaded twice and allowed 1 hit. Never gotten out. So his total stat line for the series was 1 hit allowed, no runs because our bullpen clutched up there. I don't think he got any earned runs because I know yesterday was Ryan Stanek clutched up a bases loaded, nobody out, and got out of the inning, which is
Yeah.
crazy. But no, so he had the 1 hit and then 6 walks, which that's horror. That's like unexcusable. That's that might be one of the worst like pitching performances like from a reliever you could possibly have. Is it's like yeah you can give up home runs and give up hits and stuff like that, but allowing walks where it's like you're just killing yourself. I don't know. And then you have the nerve to call that poor umpire fat. Like you're gonna do something anyway.
And you can't even get the strike zone right.
You can't even throw in the strike zone. No. But no. So yeah, like the Cardinals are doing really well. And if you look at the series, like the future series coming up, you go to Wrigley, for 3 games.
We're gonna fucking kill it. I'm gonna be optimistic about it. I'm gonna be over the top optimistic that the Cardinals are gonna go in and they're gonna win the series. I'm gonna say that they're gonna win Saturday and Sunday.
So you got Clay Holmes pitching for the Cubs
Yeah.
on Friday, and he has a 9 ERA in his last 7 days. And then you got Boyd, Matthew Boyd pitching, who's been a lot better. He has let's see, 2.57 ERA in the last 7 days. Trying to see other like deeper numbers for him, but no, he's finally starting to pick it back up for them. And then Imanaga, who allows so many home runs, it's ridiculous. And this entire season, how many home runs do you think he's allowed?
Can I get how many games he's started in?
24.
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna go really high. I'm gonna go 32.
You're very close. 28.
Ah.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Wait. Okay. So he started how many games and has how many home runs?
24 games, and he's allowed 28 home runs.
So
He's allowed just as many home runs as he has walked people. He has 29 walks on the year.
oh my God. So because you and I are betting people, since he's pitching on Sunday, we're gonna put at least $2 out on everyone in rotation or everyone in the lineup to try and get a home run and
I said the
win
top
money.
four. The top four. Alec Burleson's going deep, even though it's a lefty.
I'll put $2 on him to get
Actually,
two
no,
home
no,
runs.
no. I will bet $30 on Jordan Walker, going in deep on Imanaga.
Yeah, that would be sick, actually.
But no, then for us pitching, you have Matthew Liberatore, Michael McGreevy, and Hunter Dobbins. I am nervous about that Liberatore game. That's the only game I'm like actually like really nervous on because of just how bad Matthew Liberatore's been this season.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm gonna say it here. I'm gonna have a bold take. I think we sweep.
Okay. Okay.
I know
going
the
for
Cubs are
sweep.
hot. I know the Cubs are kind of hot. Let me look at their
Yeah,
last like.
they wear
few
fireman
games.
outfits. It's kind of hot.
No, but Cubs have been doing really well since July, like early July, and they've kind of held it up in that wild card spot, kind of placed their footing there. They just they beat the Nationals. They have one more game left against the Nationals tomorrow, but they've won the first 2 games already. They beat the Royals. They swept the Dodgers, and then they haven't lost a series since their Yankee series in July 31st. Which before that they beat us, they beat the Pirates, and then they lost to Detroit, and then beat Minneapolis like to start the second half. So yeah, they've been on a pretty good roll lately. But I don't know. Today's game, seeing the top 4 of the lineup with JJ Weatherholt, Alec Burleson, Ivan Herrera. Ivan Herrera's been fucking scorching hot lately.
Yeah.
I think it seems like every time I look at his like game lines, he's just like 3 for 4 or 2 for 4 or 3 for 4 at a walk. It just seems constant on how he's been. I think it's been like since the trade deadline, he has just been on another level.
And it going to like I don't know if you look at it like wins this way and whatnot, wins and losses throughout the last 10 games. Cardinals have only lost 3 games, so they're 7-3 going into this series. That gives me a bit of optimism going into it. Why I feel confident you could probably win at least 2. I would think you have that confidence to win 2 out of 3 here, or in your case, for go for the full sweep?
I think you lagged or I lagged. I don't know what happened there.
It was a bit
I
of
didn't hear what you
both.
said at the
Okay,
very end.
I'll just say that winning 7 out of 10 gives you the confidence to
Yeah.
go into this series and try and sweep it for your case, or for mine, win 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I mean, and then like with Ivan Herrera, I want to highlight him. He went 0 for 4 today, but before that, the game before he was 2 for 5, and then the Colorado series he was 4 for 5, and then 3 for 5, and then 1 and 4. So he's been having really good production overall the last few games, and Jordan Walker had multi RBI day today as well,
Yeah.
and so did Alec Burleson. If you get those guys high, we've seen what this team is with that offense when it's on fire. It can be a dangerous team. It's just when they're not hitting, this team's nothing without
So
them.
let me hit you with this question before we go on to the next topic and whatnot. And this could be the kind of the final thing to lead into it. Do you think this trade deadline sparked the offense for the Cardinals to go forward and to try and finish the year out strong?
No, I
Okay.
don't. I don't. I don't
Anyways, the
think.
next topic.
Well, real quick, I don't. I think they always had it in them. I think because offensively, you just lost Bar. That was the only, like, you didn't really lose. Like, you lost Dustin May, which hurts, and Jojo Romero, but Jojo Romero was hurt. You didn't really have him
Yeah.
like towards the last like week or so, and I think it allows you to bring up a guy like Hunter Dobbins, who has been really good for you, with Dustin May being gone, and Dustin May was struggling towards the end, and then Bar was not really. He
It.
wasn't really being the Bar that we know he can be either. And I think it also still, like, they're not calling him up, but they already announced that. But Joshua Baez is gonna eventually probably make an appearance this year, and that allows them to plug him in down the stretch, which I think I don't want to put too much on him, but that's a guy that you bring into this team that can completely change the offense. And I think, like, it's kind of like what the Blues did with Snuggerud. I think it's kind of similar to that a level. I don't think, not prospect like hype and things like that. I don't think Joshua Baez is that level of Snuggerud, but um, just on how much he can influence a team and change the lineup structure, just his name being added into the outfield, I think it's I don't think it's talked about how much that could change like the lineup like moving forward. Now, we have to remember though he's a rookie and
Yeah.
it might not work out, but again, like it could, and it could be a spark that they need to finish off strong, but for right now they are 2.5 games out of a wild card spot. And I think if they sweep the Cubs, you're looking probably either
Because
being in a playoff spot or tied for a playoff spot.
right, and that's kind of like the hope with it that I'm thinking with this series and whatnot. I know we always say this, and you and I get in these conversations of, like, you need to win the series, but these are like, now that we're coming down to the crunch time of the season and we're in the dog days of August and whatnot, this is now like, all right, you need to rise to the occasion, my sons. Please, just fucking win is all I ask and whatnot. And to go to your point with Newbar right now, I think it's funny how, because I'm just looking at this retrospectively, kind of how we started off the year without him. We had that
Mm-hmm.
hot start and everything goes well. He comes back and you see the team kind of flutter out for a bit, and now he's traded, and now we're kind of going back on that
They're
uprise.
better without him. They
Yeah,
are.
and that's always been the problem I've had with
But
this player.
I
Like,
don't think
he's
it's
a
his
good
fault.
player. It's definitely not his fault because he is definitely a great player. It's just funny how every time he's gone or not around, they're like, "Oh, we know how to play baseball again."
Then the last thing I'll say for like the remainder of the year, though, you have the Cubs series, obviously, that we just talked about, and then we have a 5-game series in Cincinnati. which is because there's a double header in there, I believe. Yeah, on
Right.
Monday. Monday's a double header, and then you go to Philly. So this is a long road trip. You have Chicago, Cincinnati, then Philly, all on the road. And then you come home and you play Baltimore and Pittsburgh. And then you go
Baltimore's
to
absolute ass. So
yes, they
you
are.
don't, if you do not sweep that one,
Reds
I'm
are
hanging it
ass
up.
too. Reds are if you can sweep the Cubs. I mean, man, this would be a dream scenario. If you can sweep the Cubs and win like 3 of the 5 Red series, I think expecting 4 games out of a 5-game series is insane. But if you can do that, this team's completely transformed into
Yeah.
like record wise into actually being down the stretch a legit contender. Because then you play Baltimore, we play Philly, and then Baltimore and Pittsburgh, which both of those teams are not doing good anymore. And then you have the Dodgers.
Sorry to former co-host Adam on Pittsburgh or the Pittsburgh
they're
Pirates.
they're pretty rough. And then the Dodgers, that's
We
in LA.
get swept.
Yeah, but then you have Rockies, Giants, White Sox, Giants, Nationals, Pittsburgh, and then you have your last series with Milwaukee.
And
If you can
fucking curb stomp them.
if you can get on a run here until that Los Angeles series, like let's say how many games is this? 3, 6, 9, 12. They have 19 games until that Dodgers series. If you win like 12 of those, 12, 13, I think they're going to be in a way better spot than some. That's not even. I think that's pretty realistic to win 12 games
Hey,
against those teams.
never tell me the odds.
Yeah, the odds for the Cardinals to make the playoffs right now is plus 920. I mean that's. I don't think that's.
We're gonna take the behind the loo budget, and we're gonna put it all on the
what
Cardinals.
budget?
You know,
For the shitty StreamYard
for a
that
stream,
makes us lag.
yeah, for our StreamYard, and then the next thing that we go to, we're gonna put the $30 on it.
Yeah, we're gonna be switching to a different recording platform because StreamYard is absolutely awful.
Which then allows Mason, the other co-host here that you see with the lovely mustache, to then give us all those great edits that everyone loves.
Yeah, where we get hated on about the WNBA.
The comment section on that TikTok is hilarious, dude.
I want to see if there's any updates on it because I kind of want to share that on this podcast. I think it deserves attention.
It's kind of
because
funny.
if you like, I don't think like if you came from that video, if you actually go back and watch like what we were saying during that, we were not like serious about. We're not big WNBA fans. We never.
Yeah, we never claimed.
We're
literally the most passive sports fans of it that you could have, and we were just commenting on, as a casual, what we see, and then we were just absolutely dogged on like there was no tomorrow.
Yeah, we have 9 comments with 18 likes on that TikTok, which normally that's like a lower like video for us, for like the shorts.
But hey,
we
didn't get ratioed. That's all that matters.
I'm gonna highlight some of these comments. From Will Merritt. People that don't watch a WNBA sure have a lot to say about it.
Yeah, we had a lot to say within 5 minutes.
And then this one guy, he doubled down with us and said, Angel Reese is the worst professional athlete in the history of professional sports. And then these fellas spitting low key. And then the best one was Jimmy Sims. Shout out to you, Texas Rangers fan. 4 mediocre white boys with no athletic talent talking about sports. Okay.
Hey, I'll have you know.
If you want to...
You're right. Except for Mason. Mason's the only one who's really athletic out of the for us.
I'm trying, but, you know, I have... I played Little League back in, like, 4th grade. You know? I would say I'm a pretty strong athlete.
He was a growing boy.
You never know. I'm kidding. Nah, that's stupid.
I was going to go pro, but tore the old rotating cuff. Couldn't do much.
Yeah, they said I was going to be drafted in the first round at the age of 9. But then I decided the game's not for me. I'd rather work in banking than do a podcast.
You know that scene in Moneyball where the scouts were just looking at me and saying I was the best? That was actually based on me.
Yeah, at the age of 9.
Yep.
But I was also like I think the one thing that I think we're only professionals at is just getting people mad over the WNBA.
Oh yeah. I'll troll
But
it all day. I don't mind.
that was funny. I love seeing shit like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, um, that's it for the Cardinals outlook. But I want to
What about the
like for this rest
future,
of the
Brennan?
season. Yeah, but the future of the Cardinals, man, Heim Bloom, unbelievable at what he has done to this Cardinals team with like prospects. So today, Baseball America put out their new rankings for the top 10 like farm systems in baseball. And Baseball America is one like the most reputable places for prospect rankings. I would say like them and like Pipeline are like the two main ones that not just fans look at, but organizations look at when they're trying to make deals with their players. Like they're the most accurate, I would say. Um, and the Cardinals have jumped all the way to number 2 in baseball, over Milwaukee, over Pittsburgh, and over the Dodgers. The only team over than us is the Tampa Bay Rays, Heim's former team. But
Shocker. You know, that's a crazy thing to have. Is the two best pipelines in the MLB were created by one guy.
well, he didn't do the Rays lately. He hasn't been on the Rays for a while.
Right, but it's still like one of those, like, it has the lasting effects. Because when was he hired on, or when was he let go by the Rays and then hired on by the Cardinals?
Well, he left the Rays in like 2008. Hang on. I'm going to look this up. I think it was 2018 because he left to go be the president of baseball operations of the Red Sox, which then became a top
Oh,
farm system with Boston. Yeah, there's
right.
2019. He was with the Rays from 2005, which he wasn't president of baseball operations that entire time. He was just with the
Right.
organization. But I think he became uh, the actual yeah, in 2015 2016 actually, he became the general manager, and he interviewed for the Twins, Giants, and Mets. But then he got the Red Sox position. And then the Red Sox fired him, which I just I don't know
Hey,
how you can.
thank
They
you.
were they were so impatient with their system, and I mean, they're doing really good now. But a lot of those players that like when you see the Red Sox doing that well, the reason why they're doing that well is because they traded with the talent that Heim Bloom drafted to get the talent on that roster, and some of that talent is talent that he drafted.
Right.
So like I think Boston's probably the best way to look at like what the future looks like. What if you look at what his plan was going to be with Boston, because the like Boston's a weird place. It's a big market to where they're not as acceptable to a rebuild like we would be or Tampa would be. But the thing that's different between us and Tampa is we have way more money to spend eventually whenever we get there than Tampa does. So,
Right.
but I
See, I had it
think,
backwards. I thought he was in Boston, then went to the Rays. So my bad.
but yeah. So getting like, I kind of want to go over like where where we were before. I want to get the actual top farms from 2023. So I found this article from 2023 on MLB.com. So this is not Baseball America. It's a different source, but
The MLB.com.
I want you to guess where we were. So this is I'm gonna go all the way back here. From 2021, what ranking do you think our top farm system was?
In 21, that's still whenever they were talking up Tink Hints, right?
I was before he was even no,
Or
he
was
was
that before?
drafted. He was drafted in 2020. So that was like it was after the Walker, Burleson, Wynn draft and Tink Hence that whole
Okay.
draft. This is
So,
around the 17 game win streak season, things like that.
yeah. And they weren't, I'd have to really think about it, but they weren't high on Wynn or Burleson during that time either, were they?
Walker was the big one.
I know, yeah, because I
Wynn,
knew Walker was the big one. Victor Scott was also talked about a little bit,
no.
or no,
Victor Scott was drafted. Like I think he was drafted in
in
22.
22. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So the top 100 prospects at this, like around that time, was like Jordan Walker, Mason Wynn, Tink Hens, Gordon Graceffo, and Alec Burleson.
Okay. So Burleson was up there. They just didn't know about Mason Wynn yet, really.
Yeah, Nolan Gorman was a part of this ranking too. So is
Oh,
Matthew
that's
Liberatore.
right. Dude, that is scary how fast we all forgot about Nolan Gorman. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right.
30 teams.
Out of 30
And this
teams,
is 2021.
damn. I'm gonna say 14. 14th.
21.
Jesus.
And then
It's like we're playing blackjack right there. I'm going to get the dealer.
2022, they jumped all the way to 13th. And then in 2023, they got up to 9th. But I think they dropped again in 24.
They must. Yeah, they have
it,
to.
That was when it got really bad. So yeah, 2024. Yeah, 2024 we dropped all the way down to 19th. And that was
Damn.
just 2 years ago. 2025 we were, let's see. It's prospect rankings. I don't want that. I want farm system. There we go.
They might bleed in the stats with how we're just now coming in from last year too and whatnot. I don't know if they do it that way.
So this is preseason. 2025 was 12th. So he, in 1 year of trades, and like since Heimbu's been with the organization since 2024, it went from around 21st in the like farm rankings all the way to number 2 in that quick of a time span. That's unbelievable. I don't think he's gonna get enough credit for that, because the fact that this systems like this do like in baseball, it's hard to find like it takes multi years to do this. Like sometimes like 4 to 5 years to be able to get back to that level. But he's been able to not only make this farm system number 2 in baseball, but keep the current team that's playing right now still in play. I mean, we don't think they're going to make playoffs, but they're in contention still.
I mean, hey, having the number 2 pipeline, and if you do make playoffs, that's kind of sick.
Yeah, I mean, you're like a fringe playoff contender. I would say that's where they are. Is they're more likely not going to, but because they're not like a bottom dweller by any means,
Right.
but they're not like they're on the cusp of being in a playoff spot. Like any of these games go a different way, like just the bullpen doesn't blow a game or something like that, like they are easily in the playoff spot. If the bullpen doesn't blow like 5 games this year, if Matt Savanson just does not exist, we are probably
It's literally anyone else.
we probably would be in a playoff spot.
If it was 4 unathletic dudes who had a podcast, they might have done better.
So now I want to go through the top prospects of the Cardinals and where they came from and how we got them. I'm only going to do like I was going to do the top 10. I think top 10 is good. So the first one, Raniel Rodriguez. This is the phenom catching prospect that I've talked about.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Who-
The reason
he-
why we were okay with Herrera being traded.
Yeah. So he was signed back in 2024 for $300,000 out of the Dominican Republic League as an international free agent. And he is only 19. So he was like 16 years old when they signed that deal with him.
Brennan, low key, kind of cooks me that the dude makes at 18 or 19 makes more than you and I real fast.
I
That
know.
cooks me up.
But he's an athlete, so.
Hey, you know what? Good point.
All right, number 2, Liam Doyle. He was part of the 2024 draft out of Tennessee. Or not 2025, sorry. 2025 draft. That's the left-handed pitcher who's now in AA, who's been doing really well so far in the year. He has a that was last year. He has a 4.5 ERA this year, which doesn't look as good, but he's in 18 games, he's done 100 strikeouts. I mean, he has the swing and miss stuff. So, and again, this is like his first full season as a prospect,
Right.
and he's already in Double A. So he'll be fine with. I don't look at the ERA numbers with that. If you look at all the other underlying metrics for it, then he's gonna be like a top of the rotation starter, if not our ace moving forward. Joshua Baez. This is the one I was just talking about. We called him up. This guy's a fucking phenom, dude. I know I've talked about him a little bit, but I haven't really. I don't spend too much time because he's not on the team, and I kind of focus mainly on major league teams for you guys.
Yeah.
But he is unbelievable this year. Yes, in AAA and 102 games. What would be a good number of home runs for you?
102. I'm just kidding. I will say.
Like, what would surprise you?
What would surprise me? Probably.
Don't say that number. I already heard. Sorry, you're about to say.
I was gonna say probably like 35 to 40.
He has 33.
Okay.
He's slugging 567. He has a 254 batting average and an on-base percentage of 326.
If we were to go see him, we'd have to go to Memphis, right?
Yeah.
All right, road trip. Let's do it.
And then Double A Springfield, Missouri, which I think Spring that's where Raniel Rodriguez is now.
I mean, hey.
But I'm going to Cleveland tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
And then number 4, Alexander Frias. That's the guy that we traded Dustin May for.
Yep.
And he is these numbers just I don't understand how this is even possible at this age. He is like in single A, he has a slugging percentage. Like I said, Joshua Baez, he was slugging 567. And Alexander Frias is 18 years old. And he is slugging 536 with an OPS of 961. And he has he only has 8 home runs on the year, but he's he's single A. And he's 18 years old. And the thing about Palm Beach too is I believe Palm Beach is not a very hitter friendly. I might be completely wrong. I think it's either very hitter friendly or not hitter friendly. But the fact that we just got him on our team now at 18 for a rental is just ridiculous. And I think he also had he had moments where he was hitting 117 miles per hour exit velocity at the age of 18. That's like Jordan Walker level. That's like peak Jordan Walker. Usually when Jordan Walker hits a ball hard, it's like 114 miles per hour. This guy did 117 at 18. That could be superstar level. That's like Stanton level of power.
I just think about this, okay? It's weird for me to think about these 18 to 19-year-olds and they just are this big of an elite performers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever get caught off by that and whatnot, but it's just it is so just mind-blowing to me that
well, he's gonna be a monster. I just saw his
I know Brennan, you and I are adults now. These are children.
Well, he's
in my mind.
He's an 18-year-old, 6'2", and 177 pounds.
This is a child that can kick our ass.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's going to be a monster. He's not like Jordan Walker's size by any means, but it's he's going to be a straight athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 5, Tanner Franklin, who's been the biggest surprise for me for our pitching, because I think him or Liam Doyle is going to be our ace moving forward. He has an ERA of 4.07, but he has around 100 strikeouts too. He has 98. But he is in Double A, and we got him through the draft. He was drafted in 2025 as well. He was another Tennessee pick. Him and Liam Doyle came from the same college. And then number 6, Leo Bernal. That was a guy that we've had for a while. Let me see. When did we draft him?
I'm gonna say 2024.
We didn't draft him. We signed him. We signed him in 2021.
Oh,
And he's 22 right now, so he was another international free agent who was signed young. And if you thought Raniel Rodriguez's contract was crazy, he was signed to the Cardinals under this was John Mozeliak's regime for 680,000 signing bonus.
God.
Now Raniel Rodriguez is a way better bargain, but Leo Bernal is gonna he could be a solid big leaguer. And then Brandon Clark is number 7. That's the guy we got for trading Sonny Gray to the Boston Red Sox.
Hell yeah.
And he just made his debut. He's been hurt. He's only pitched in 5 games so far this year. But then we got Quinn Matthews. That's another guy he's already made his major league debut. Gonna be a solid, probably middle rotation guy, lefty. He has an ERA of 3.27, but man, he has 120 strikeouts of the year so far.
That good?
That's insane. And then Gerangelo Senche. That's the guy we traded
What a name. Holy shit.
That's the guy we traded for Brendan Donovan. He's number 9. And
Donovan got banished to the Shadow Realm, right?
He's been injured most of the year.
That's what I thought.
The Mariners suck.
Poor guy.
And then finally, number 10, Josiah Ragsdale, the other prospect we got for the Dustin May signing. So you look at this. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the top 10 prospects were all traded for players that we've traded in the last 2 years.
I'd say that's some pretty good asset management.
I think that's insane to get that much like top prospect talent for guys that really we don't miss that much.
Right.
Like as if you look at it as a whole, like we don't miss these players. Like their presence being gone isn't as felt as what the presence of these guys in your top prospect system is right now.
Right. No, I totally agree. After us talking about prospects and whatnot, and just kind of the future of the Cardinals and how it's looking, do you think that one of the top 3 drafts have happened, like in your eyes, recently with the Cardinals? And what are your top 3 draft years for the Cardinals? Because I can think of mine for the Blues as well with this and whatnot. And I think this would be kind of interesting to talk about.
Yeah, I would say this past draft, the one for 2026 that just happened in July, it's probably one of the best drafts we have seen from a Cardinals team in a long time. I think it could be the same level as my number 1, which is the 2020 draft. You have the 2020 draft having a draft with Jordan Walker, Mason Wynn, Alec Burleson, and then I know Tink Hence has been released and all this stuff, and he's actually back with the team because no team picked him up. So
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, he's back in like the Florida complex, just like working on. He's not even on like a minor league team. They're just like, we're gonna figure it out, but probably not. He's the biggest.
It's like every guy who has like really bad tastes in dating. They're like, I can fix this.
Well, Tink Hence's problem was I don't think he ever really grew into his build.
No, I can agree with that
He's so skinny.
too.
He's such a skinny guy. And he was small because he was drafted out of high school. What is his? Oh, of course, it says this is unsecure. It's MLB.com. He's 6'1". He's 6'1", 195 at 24 years old. I mean, he's 24 now. I didn't realize he was that old.
It's 6 years out of high school, so. And he did have a bunch of injuries too, right? Like, I'm not crazy in thinking about that.
He did. Yeah, he was. I think lately he was throwing like max 89 miles per hour, which that's like Miles Michaelis, who just got DFA'd by the Nationals today.
Oh my god. Dude,
He's gonna go storm the White House.
That dude is so... His fall off is so crazy to me. Like, he just was so fucking mountain down so bad. And, like, I don't know if there was, like, you're probably a better judge at this, but I don't know if there's as many signs that it was going to happen that quickly.
Talk about Tink Hens.
No, Miles Michaelis now.
Oh, no, there were signs. He just like the problem is he was the pitcher that he is when he came in through Japan, in like 2018. He was really good. I think he ended up being like top 5 in Cy Young in 2018 or something crazy.
It's like, it,
But
but is it one of those things where like the league just figured him out too fast?
no, I think he just lost it. I mean, he's old. He's 37.
Oh,
And yeah, then we signed him to a that massive contract during when we were doing Behind the Loo originally.
yeah.
They signed to that like 3-year deal, which was a bad contract by Mozeliak, but that first contract was really good. I'm trying to see when he made like what his like finishing of Cy Young was. Oh, he came 6th in Cy Young voting in 2018, and he was an All-Star in 2018 and 2022 because he was really good in 2022 as well. That was the year that he almost had that no-hitter.
Yeah, and then Harrison Bader dropped. Yeah.
He like dove for it and couldn't get it.
We
Yeah.
were I remember that game so well.
We were at my parents because
Yeah.
REC was out. But back to Tink Hens though. I think Tink Hens's like decline is just really sad because I think he kind of like it's not Alex Reyes level because Alex Reyes was like the #1 prospect in baseball. But it kind of reminds me of that. It just he didn't have like a lot of the drama that Alex Reyes had, like
Right.
getting suspended for smoking marijuana in the clubhouse and things like that.
As you do.
But no, I think I hope Tink can figure it out. But at 24, it doesn't seem like
It's gonna happen.
Being 24 and being in a system for that long, I don't think it's.
I think you're just happy that the organization keeps giving you the chances at that point and whatnot and lets you try and pursue that.
Yeah, I mean, like this year, he didn't pitch like at all in 2021 or 22. No, 22 he pitched 16 games. He was really good in 22. He had a 1.38 ERA in 16 games in 2022.
Right.
With 81 strikeouts. Man, that fall from grace. And then 2023, he got called up to Double-A. And then that's when he started struggling, was when he got to Double-A. And then 2024, he kind of locked it back in a little bit. He had a 2.71 ERA in 20 games, with 109 strikeouts. And then 2025 is, I think, where it went all downhill because that's when he was dealing with a lot of injuries. Because he only started 8 games in 2025, and then this year he has a 6.64 ERA with with 20 strikeouts, 19 hits allowed in 20 innings.
Dang.
Yeah, that's just not gonna cut it. And he was coming out as like a reliever. He wasn't even like he wasn't starting because he only started 3 games this year, but he appeared in 19.
But to your point, or going back to just the topic and whatnot, do you think it was the year where you got Walker, Wen, and
Oh yeah, that's the
Burleson
best.
for yeah? Because I was looking back on just that kind of question and whatnot because it was something that was because we think about topics before coming on here whenever we can, and I was thinking about that for the Blues perspective, and if I were to ever give one year that made the Blues, and it's going to sound crazy for how long ago it was, it's probably 2007.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is because in 2007 you had the 13th, 18th, and 26th overall pick. With 13th you get Lars Eller, which he doesn't play a game for the Blues, or he plays like 7 games for the Blues, but then he becomes a part of that huge trade that brings in Yaroslav Halak. I don't know if you remember him, Brennan, from like the early 2010s with the Blues, whenever it was that tandem of Yaroslav Halak and Brian Elliott that really carried, and they won like the William M. Jennings or I think it's called William Jennings, where it's like the best goalie tandem for the NHL. And he's still playing. Like he's gonna be signed. I think he's signed to play next year at 30 he's gonna be 37.
Mm-hmm.
At the second pick, I want to make sure I get this right. They had the 18th overall. They chose Ian Cole, who later then becomes Robert Bertuzzo, part of the Cup-winning team and whatnot. And even Ian Cole finds success by going to Pittsburgh in that trade to win back-to-back Cups. Also, signed for next year at 37.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, at 26 overall, my personal favorite player, and like any, or at least Blues player ever, in David Perron. And David Perron is David fucking Perron. He played multiple years here. He's come back. He won him with us in 2019, but is also, whenever we first traded him away to Edmonton, we got Magnus Payarvi in a second round pick in 2014, who then becomes Ivan Barbashev. So
Oh,
like
interesting.
it's like so interesting to see this trickle down effect of like how these players worked and whatnot with that 2007 draft. Like those are three players that will be 37, 38 going into next year, and all will have over 1,000 games played. That's impressive for one draft year. The next one I had with that was probably 2010, which was the year where 14th and 16th overall, you get Jaden Schwartz and Vladimir Tarasenko.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty sick too. But the most recent one that I've dubbed that's probably like again up there is the 2016 draft, where you get Tage Thompson at 26 overall, and in
And he
him
helped you win your cup.
you win you get Ryan O'Reilly.
Yeah.
But then it's in the second round, 35th overall, you get Jordan Kyrou. Like
They
the
were
draft,
the same draft.
yeah, Tage Thompson and Jordan Kyrou are in the same draft where they were only nine. Wait, hang on, let me make sure I do my math right. Yeah, 9 picks away from each other, and the Blues got both.
Interesting.
And what's even more interesting for me is how close in stats they are. Tage Thompson before like now that he's had his great breakout years with Buffalo now as 529 games played and 406 points with 216 goals because he's a fucking rocket like that. But Jordan Kyrou's not too far behind with 39 games less played, but 378 points, but way behind on goals. Like he's only at 168.
Yeah, and then kind of back to like the Cardinals, like this recent draft. I hate to put them. That is like the best draft, like one of the best drafts they've ever done. But I think in like 5 years from now, when we look back at this, I think that's gonna be one of the best drafts you could ever have because you had Trevor Condon at number one, and you had Rocco Maniscalco. I love that name.
Rocco.
There's a shortstop. I was named Rocco, and then Tegan Coons, Dawson Monteza, and Cal Randall. Like those are just some of the names. I think Trevor Condon and Rocco were huge, but I also believe that 2024's draft with getting, but no, that's 2024 was JJ Weatherholt, which that could just in itself that one
Yeah.
draftee could be enough, but 2025 with Liam Doyle and Tanner Franklin's another one. I think it could, if those two end up being like top of your rotation arms. I mean, that could be huge. And Quinn Matthews
Yeah,
is 24 as well, I believe.
it's hard to choose these like things because it's hard for me to look at it like objectively these past few drafts and whatnot and choose something recently because like
Yeah.
the most recent one that like has had great success that I am kind of like keeping my eye on is the 2023 draft too for with the Blues because the 3 picks they had was Dalibor Dvorsky, Otto Stenberg, and Theo Lindstein, and all 3 of them have NHL games already played, and they're going to be trying to fight for more games this upcoming season and whatnot. And you know I keep saying this, I feel like every episode whenever I get the chance, but the future of St. Louis sports is so bright with these players that they're doing. Like I'm so lucky to be a fan of these sports teams that have logical front offices. You know what I mean? Like it's such a rare thing to have.
I just found something for I was looking at just like past draft years for the Cardinals. 2016 was pretty interesting.
Lay it on me. What we got in 2016?
Delvin Perez was number one. But we had three first round draft picks that year because we had 23, 34 and 33. No idea how he got that, but that's how it was laid out here. So Delvin Perez was number 1. Dylan Carlson was number 2. Dakota Hudson was
Oh
number
my
3.
god, I forgot about that name.
Zach Gallen was 1, 2, 3, 5. That's crazy. I didn't realize that was that same year. Then later on in round 6, you had Tommy Edman, and then number 7 was Andrew Kisner,
Hell yeah. Former
the
captain,
captain.
Andrew Kisner.
That picture made me so fucking angry at the time, having him be the goddamn captain. That's like putting. I'd rather Pedro Pages be the fucking captain of this team than Andrew Kisner. That was so dumb. Oh, then like that was the same year that Brandon Crawford was on our team, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, we don't want to release him, even though he's horrible, because he's a good DJ for the clubhouse. Oh, fuck off.
That's an overpaid DJ.
That's what I was thinking.
Was there a player that you that has been drafted recently? I guess JJ Weatherholt would be this player if I were to guess for you, but like that you realized like they were gonna be here to stay and whatnot. Like that moment where you're like, yeah, I figured it was gonna be that.
I mean, like, you could go all the way back to like Halbert even, but like I'm not gonna go that far back. Because I was barely alive when Albert made his debut. But no, JJ, I think for me shows that he was gonna stay whenever he led off his career with that home run as his first major league hit, and then that second day had a walk-off base hit that same day, and then you see him right now. He's going to be the Rookie of the Year. Yeah. I don't think there's no question on him.
Did he win that game that we went to for the trifecta?
Yeah, he did. That was the walk-off game.
Yeah,
that was the second MLB game.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh my god, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, those 2 days was like, okay, this guy's here to stay. Because
the hype was real.
And then like now he's extended and he's just been performing so well. And then like once he homered, like when he did that home run off Paul Skeens and like he pimped it to lead off the game, I was like, oh yeah, this guy's here to stay.
That's him.
He is him.
No,
I'll pull up the odds for him Rookie of the Year right now.
Yeah, while you do that, I was gonna say probably the only one I could think of for like the Blues is that game against Florida when Jimmy Snuggerud scored with like final 10 seconds left in the game. Oh my gosh, the way the arena erupts and his celebration and the way he's just poised, I was like, yep, that's the next future winger. I don't need anybody else. I'll take that all day.
So what do you think the odds are for JJ Weatherholt?
I would assume he's at least top 3, right?
He's number 1.
Favorite. Okay, I was gonna say
minus 175.
Oh, so they're just like, yeah, he's got it.
The next one was Sal Stewart at plus 145, and then after that, it's Nolan McClain at plus 2200.
Damn.
So it's JJ's. He's got it. And,
so if you want to bet $10 and lose that dollar in some change, you go for it.
I want to make sure I get this right, but because Rookie of the Year gets an extra draft pick, right?
Oh, really?
Yep. So I want to get the actual like information right. Okay.
Real quick, I was gonna say real quick on that as well. Another moment where player I realized that was here to stay, that was kind of younger and is kind of a low key underrated thing to think about, was probably that first year with Dylan Holloway and Philip Broberg. Because I think everyone's gonna forget that the Blues overpaid for both those players just to offer sheet them and to see what they've become now. Like the amount of overtime goals from both those players that have like lived rent free in my brain now is crazy, and they're still so young.
So, with the Rookie of the Year reward, this is actually better than I thought it was gonna be. So, in 2022, the last lockout that happened, they introduced a prospect promotion incentive, which try to promote teams to promote players like at the beginning of the year to try to get them to win Rookie of the Year. so that way the team gets a benefit.
Right.
Um,
It's to
so
avoid tanking, right?
yes, it's and like hogging prospects. So with the Rookie of the Year draft reward, winning the MLB Rookie of the Year award earns a team an extra first round pick in the MLB draft. So you just had Heim Bloom Cook this last draft.
Wow.
And now they get an extra first round pick. And then if they don't make playoffs, Sean, they don't make playoffs, I think they have to pick within like the top 10 or something because of the way the draft laid out this past year.
Yeah.
I don't know 100%, but I know they're going to be within that first like top 15. And if the lottery gets them lucky, I mean, look at what the Reds did. They got number 2 when they were like just out of the playoffs. I'm telling you, that Hive is cooking.
Cracked. That's insane.
So and not only that, you look at some of these other rookies that we have, like this farm system. If you promote Joshua Baez, I don't think would win Rookie of the Year. But like even if Joshua Baez makes a debut this year, if he's on the opening day roster next year, which he will be, he would still be rookie eligible, which means he could still win Rookie of the Year that year.
Right.
So if he does that, let's say he does, you get another first round pick. But not only that, you get other guys who can be Rookie of the Years, like a Liam Doyle. He could be that. A Tanner Franklin could be that. And then like later on, if you want to get even later in the draft, Randy Rodriguez could be that.
Dude, what's I'm happy about that because it makes sense, but you know what fucks this whole thing up? The looming lockout. Like
I know.
That just after I just thought about the lockout, it just put me down a spiral where I'm like, fuck, this is really gonna fuck the Cardinals over for like a year and a half, isn't it?
It depends on how bad the lockout is. And I don't know if it would really mess them up too bad because a lot of their prospects that you really, really care about are not. They're not on the 40-man roster. So since they're not on the 40-man roster, they can still play games. They'll just play minor league games. But all the players that are on the 40-man can't play. But no, it's pretty much guaranteed that we're going to get an extra first-round draft pick because of JJ Weatherholt. Which is... Thank you, JJ. And then we extend him. So the service time... Because the player... If the player wins Rookie of the Year... They get an extra year of service time usage, so they become a free agent sooner. That's like that's the draw. But we extended him, so it doesn't even matter.
Dude, MLB is fucking weird in these rules of the draft.
No, MLB's great. That's why they can't allow.
Well, they don't even allow you to trade those draft picks ever, right? They still don't allow that now.
You can trade composition picks, but because that's how we got like multiple draft picks like in the middle rounds,
right?
For Donovan, but no, that you can't trade like your number 1 pick. Which I am kind of surprised that they don't. I have a feeling that might be introduced in the lockout possibly, but I don't really care. I'm fine with not trading draft picks because I like the thing about MLB that I love compared to like NFL and NHL is you have like the fact that all these trades involve names. They're names to a player. Like, yes, it's like, oh, you can follow the draft line and see, oh, well, because we did this trade, you got this draft and this draft pick, and then this draft pick ended up becoming this. Yeah. No, this is like, you had this person in your system. You had them. And we took them from you. And they became this.
Give me that.
Because, like, it's not even guaranteed that team, if they had that draft pick, would select that player anyway. That's why I don't like it. I would rather it be like, I want to take this motherfucker from you, and they're going to be better for me.
It's like the scene in Draft Day with Kevin Costner, whatever his name is, like, and I want him because I fucking feel like it.
Well, that's why, like, I want, like, with the JJ shit, like, the fact that he was drafted that early on, and, like, it was drafted in 24, made his debut this year that quickly, and is now going to win Rookie of the Year to help this rebuild while also signing a team-friendly extension. It's just like he's like the greatest. He's gonna be loved by Cardinals fans.
You heard it here
If that draft pick becomes anything, anything at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even better because it's like that only happened because of JJ Weatherholt.
It becomes Dexter Fowler 2.0.
I
Then we're
think
set.
I don't have to hear Dexter Fowler anymore. Oh, that drives me nuts when he brings up Dexter Fowler. But no, you got anything else before we head out of here?
Nope. I think it's time to wrap it up.
All right. Cardinals, go sweep the Cubs.
Please.
Go do that. We need it. I'll be going to a Cleveland Guardians game.
Are you actually going to
Friday.
it? I was going to
I
ask
am.
about that and whatnot.
I am. It's going to be Guardians and Padres. Probably the most boring game I've ever been to in my life.
I want to go there and go, woo!
And bring tarps off to
Yeah.
Cleveland. It's going to be kind of cold. It's like high of 80.
It's going to be kind of cold, high of 80.
But cold considering here. Like here it's going to be like 97. Like comparatively, if you compare
No,
the
I'm
two.
going to look at the weather now because you're pissing me off with that.
It's going to
We
be
don't,
hot this week.
we don't need to do this on the podcast. we can go ahead and wrap it up.
No, we'll do our behind the Lou weather report. It's going to be 97 Friday, 96 Saturday, and 93 Sunday. And then Cleveland, let me pull that up. Cleveland is, I think I saw like high of 80.
Dude.
Yeah, so Thursday
Okay.
when I get in, it's going to be a high of 70. I mean, it's 71 degrees in Cleveland right now.
Okay, low key. Just random thing to talk about before we wrap up and whatnot. I fucking hate how hot it specifically gets around St. Louis at 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. What the fuck is going on?
It's brutal. Because the mornings are okay. I like the mornings.
I know!
That.
That's what pisses me off. Like, the mornings, I'm like, oh, this is like a reasonable thing. And then I'm walking out like I just got in the fucking Sahara. It does like, just trying to survive to get to my car.
And then you have to get in your car where it's hot, and it's like even more worse if you can't do like remote start or whatever
Oh my god, it's... Yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening to us ramble.
about the weather. You know, Heim Bloom, can you fix St. Louis
Yeah,
weather?
you can fix the Cardinals. He can fix the weather.
All right, well, that wraps it up here. Make sure you like it, subscribe, and comment your thoughts. Again, go Cardinals for the Cubs series, and then we'll see you guys next week.